Hi, my name is Athena Zay, and now I will show you how to do a vampire makeup. For vampire, I will be using Shocking Pink, Magenta, Pearl Frost, White Swan, Raven Black, Wild Violet, Imperial Red, and Catalina Blue. For vampire makeup, I will be using white chisel brush, 1/2-inch filbert brush, number 6 round brush, number 2 round brush, and a toothbrush. So my first step is using Pearl Frost and applying it with the blender sponge by Graftobian. And I will apply it around her whole face. I will be using white and I will be applying it with a sponge, and I'll apply it right on top of Karina's eyebrow, just half of it. For the next step, I will be using Shocking Pink and applying it with a sponge around her eye. For the next step, I'll be using my number 6 brush and applying violet color on her eye crease. For the next step, I'll be using number 6 round brush loaded with white. I'll be painting it right under her eyes. Next step, be using Wild Violet, and I will paint it right under her eyes. Now I will use wide chisel brush and I will blend in the purple. Now I will be using number 2 round brush loaded with black, and I will be painting underneath of her eyes, imitating eyelashes. And now I will give her a beautiful eyeliner. Now I will use number 2 round brush loaded with black to paint her eyebrows. So for vampire, my next step would be using white chisel brush and loading it with gold. Next step, Imperial Red, using number 6 round brush. Next step, Wild Violet, using number 6 round brush. Now I'm using white chisel brush to blend in purple with a pearl base. Next color, Catalina Blue, using number 6 round brush. Next color, white, with number 6 round brush to add some highlights. Now I will be using number 2 round brush loaded with black, and I will do an outline for the bow tie on the forehead of the vampire. So now I will be turning the red part of the star into a diamond. Now I will use number 6 round brush loaded with white to add some highlights on my diamond. Now I will be using brown to shadow her cheekbones. Now I'm loading my sponge with pearl and I will be blending it in with brown. So I'm going to paint blue on her lips. Now I will give my vampire some blood, of course, and for that I will be using number 6 brush loaded with red. Now I will use my number 2 brush, I'll load it with red and a little bit of black to create this dark red color. Next step is using a toothbrush for a splatter. I just loaded it with red, and I'm gonna use my finger to create a splatter around her mouth. Now I will use exactly the same toothbrush and load it with a little bit of black to create this dark red color. And here goes your vampire by Athena Zay. You can check out my work on athenafxstudios.com.